one. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Because it's different. Yes. I care about that.
Actually doing a lot of stuff retail-wise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're the first international broker actually to do like deposit bonuses and all that. Yeah, it's actually crazy for them to do it. It's nice.
And we were actually talking with them the other day. We had a conversation here, and they were like, the $30 bonus is the most successful campaign they've ever run.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy to think that they give you $30. It's crazy. Obviously, it's not real money, but you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. And and we're here.
How's it, guys? How's it?
What's up, guys?
Another episode there of Industry Chats.
Yeah, another week. Another dollar.
Another stop loss.
Another TP.
And guys, we need to start like getting a culture of embracing losses, because I feel like nobody wants to embrace the fact that, okay, I took a loss. Like, if you take too many losses, that's a problem. But then we always want to talk about like the good times when you know that most of the people are having like a hard time. And I think it starts creating an unrealistic mindset for people where now they want to be like a certain trader who never loses, but you find he loses just like you. Yeah. And we have a guest this week.
Yeah, you guys, again, not a stranger to the channel. It's been on the channel. We've had a really great interview, really great interview. But he is an industry player.
Yeah, been here for about 7 years now.
7 years in the game. So what is your position in the industry? Because we're calling everyone industry players right now. So obviously, as a player, every player has a position in the industry. So what's your position in the industry?
Well, I think at the moment it's mostly just providing value. So obviously I've been taking a step back with a lot of my things. As we all know, the industry is changing day by day, and obviously getting bombarded with a lot of education, signals, all those things. So yeah, from my side at the moment, it's just building me as a brand, providing free education, a lot of quality education, actually taking back trading to what it used to be. Because when we started trading 7 years back, it wasn't about bonuses, leverage trading, indices wasn't even a thing yet. So it was just, we were trading Forex and you were hitting 1 cent on your small account, and that was trading, and you just scale it up. Where now it's obviously a whole different game where we just see guys flipping 5K to 100K, 5K to 100K, but we don't see the losses outside that. And I think for me, just restoring faith to the industry to show that you don't need 200,000-300,000 rand to become a profitable trader. You can still start with $100 and just build it up over a time frame, obviously.
Yeah. All right. Now, you guys, that was a quick introduction. Now, how are you guys doing?
Hey,
it's just like, let me bring it
I'm
back
100.
a little bit.
Nah, I'm still upset, guys. Please tell them the next episode I need a mic stand again. They took it from me right in front of my eyes. Not that we weren't prepared, but they took it from me. I like to lean back, and then somebody on the comments is gonna be like, Scooby gets away from the mic too much. Can never win, guys. Yeah.
Ruan, how are you doing?
Nah, doing good, man. Obviously with the trading, it's always tiring in your brain, and we're always tired, but I mean, we're fighting through, and yeah, everything is good. Obviously, good to be back here with you guys. It's always an intelligent. My English just went away. Intelligent chat.
It's not just darkies who struggle with English. Even Afrikaans
all
people are like, yo.
We all lose the bundle, English bundles.
I can do perfect English on every candlestick chart, but when it gets to talking, it just goes out of the window.
Quick question: have you ever taught Forex in Afrikaans?
100%, but it's so weird. I literally, obviously I'm Afrikaans. I have a lot of Afrikaans people, like real farmers come to me and they're like, yeah, I want to learn, but then I'm like, well, I have to teach you in English with most of. What's a candlestick? And I have no idea.
Yeah, because that was my next question. What's a candlestick?
What's a trend line? Like,
yeah.
obviously, no, that one I know, but I mean, it's so. Imagine Fib. You're explaining Fib in Afrikaans.
Fibonacci, yeah.
Yeah, Fibonacci in Afrikaans. It's literally impossible. So now I've had a few Afrikaans guys, and I've actually thought of maybe making an Afrikaans course, but I just was sitting there and thinking the translation is going to take me 2 years, so I'm rather not going to get into that.
But do it. I think the space is open enough for you to do it, or guide somebody to do it, because again, industry chats, it is very like about the industry, and I think if maybe you can like guide or help someone create a course, then they can also make like an income from like teaching other people. Because at least we know that if you help them, it will be a course of value. Because it's very easy now to like find forex courses online, but how many are of value, you know?
Yeah, I think that's one thing I always say is if you attend one of my free events, I do a lot of free events, and it's always unplanned, so it's never like I'm going to do it in 2 weeks' time. It's usually when I have a bad day, actually. So I'll just be like, tonight I'm doing event at 7. Because for me, it's like one thing that saves me is talking about trading. I think that's why we relate to it. And I think for me, it's always, if you listen to me speak about trading in any set, you can literally tell me now, do a trend line, show me what trend lines is, and explain to me. And I think the passion that comes out of it is something obviously that I want back in the industry. It's something that we have obviously as a team, and that's what you guys are trying to do with Industry Chat, is save the industry, and because it's been a good industry for you, it's been a good industry for him, and I think for myself as well. And we've actually seen a lot of guys make it out of trading, and I think it's just once again going back to the basics.
Yeah, to the basics, how it was back
Falling
in the day.
love.
Because if I'm not mistaken, you were already you were running FX Empire, right?
Yeah, back
in the day. No, that's how back long ago.
That was like
I've seen
2016
you on the radar.
So it's actually a funny thing. It's where you see a lot of big guys in the industry, and then obviously they've went through your classes back at Forex Empire days. So we actually we started Forex Empire back in 2016. We were still in residence, so we didn't study. We both dropped out. But we started Forex Empire because Forex Kings. We started with Forex Kings, and then Forex Empire, and it actually took off quite nicely. And then everyone, all of a sudden, it was like 2 years of just normal education. All of a sudden, everyone was doing education. And then you just see Forex Landsberg Empire, Forex this Empire, this. Then people just added, and we were the only registered company for Forex Empire. But now getting in conversation with guys about a name, I just said to Quentin, no, let's just choose something. Quentin is Cubic, and then my surname is Landsberg. So then we made Cubic Forex. Because it was just, But those days were different. I mean, we didn't educate on indices. We didn't do anything on trading view.
You saying Quentin, were you running the thing with him?
Yeah, it was myself and my business partner Quentin.
Because I remember, because I've even I've a couple of times I saw your guys' car there by cars there by JP Markets.
I
just remember an Audi and a BMW.
No, we were always.
Oh, okay. So it's him, and you're still pushing with him now?
No, he passed away.
Oh,
about
sorry
2 years back in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So obviously that's. We're closing the brand. Well, we closed Cubic as well, the brand, because it was, for me, it's never been about the money of the education or anything. It was about two young guys that came out of nothing, and we built something, and the name behind Cubic was him and myself, and without him, obviously, there's no brand. So for me, obviously, I still go further, and I build my own brand just by providing free quality. But we don't have Cubic anymore due to those reasons.
No, sorry to hear about that. I didn't know. It's just like one of those. Because here's the thing: in the industry, people, and I'm sure you've seen it. People like have beefs.
No, I've seen it a lot.
somebody. You know. There's actually a trader from Cape Town, and I was thinking about this the other day. And he's a proper trader, right? And he was running. I forgot what it is, but it was a blue something school. With some other girl, and he was doing all the hard work. The girl was bringing the clients, but so apparently his exit was very not nice. Like, he took like a whole lot of bag from the company, and he was like,
No, we see that happen a lot. I think,
Yeah.
since we've started, I mean, there's always been beef. Back in the day, there was 4 companies. It was Go Forex, which Jason learned from Ashley from Go Forex.
Yeah.
So then was Forex King, secondly. Then there was a company called Billionaire Forex something, Institute or something like that. That was the only 3. And then Andile, that guy with the gold G-Wagon. I don't remember what his name was. And then they started fighting in Durban Street and all that. It's like, you're stealing my students, now you're stealing my students, a back and forth thing. And I think from there, it just escalated. Everyone was just fighting over the industry. And we see it every day where people start together, build a brand. But I think, obviously, because there's no company structure behind it. It's like you're selling classes and signals and all that, but no one's actually running the business. And I always say that's why FX GOAT, I mean, we can just praise them for what they're doing. They have a CEO running the company. He's not doing anything but running the company, focusing on the business side. I mean, Jaguar running the IB business side of things, and the twins obviously marketing the company, being the traders. I think that's why they're so successful, is they literally have this whole team thing going on. And I think people forget that if you do education, yes, it's obviously for passion, some say, but some say it's for money, but in the end, it's a business.
It's a business.
If you're not making money,
it is a business.
And that's what we keep on reiterating.
It's a business.
That, like, it's a business. So whether the business is providing quality or it's not providing quality,
it's a business.
It's
you
a
need to make money. Business not making money.
Be mad about that you're not pushing.
But that's actually a very interesting conversation topic, though. Like, just thinking about that, because a lot of people tend to not view people teaching as if though it's a business.
Yeah, it's
You
more
know,
like
not at all. It seems like I just woke up today and I decided I want to go teach people, but I mustn't make a profit for it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the people who are not working in good faith, I'm not speaking for those guys, but just in general, if somebody decides that, hey, I'm going to take time out of my schedule to give to you, I mean, I gotta get paid for that.
That's
I gotta get
I feel
paid
literally
for that.
I have to get paid. I have to pay you to be here.
Yeah.
Because in the end, it's you're giving me a platform to be on.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people don't realize. It's like a guy that's been trading for 6 years. I mean, you went through I've probably have about 400 or 500 classes on this drive that I've bought over time. And the thing is, now you're going to this guy and you're going to spend half an hour a week with him and all that. That's time.
Yeah.
In the end, if we go to university, to Turks, to UJ, whatever, we pay the university to pay the lecturer because they're giving back time. Whether this guy, I went to study entrepreneurship, so I want to become a business owner. Now the guy educating me on starting and running a business isn't the businessman. He doesn't even own a business. So it's exactly the same thing, but he's so educated on how to start a business.
So what you're basically saying is that they're teachers and they're traders.
There's that saying that those who can't do teach.
The only difference is you don't get a degree.
Yeah. Which is a crazy thing. No, actually, there was something interesting that I saw this morning from my account manager, right? And it goes back to like a person who does the theory and a person who does the practical. So today is NFP. Yes, we recorded on Friday, so today is NFP. And the thing, so XM, giving them the 2 minutes, XM there has 2 guys trading. So I think there's gonna be a live something. Can I verify?
Analyst versus
a trader. You know, and I feel like people don't also realize that in hectic firms and stuff like that, there's like an analyst and there's a trader, and they both do their different jobs. The one guy execute, but I think I want to see the advanced education room between 1 and 2. So they're not gonna trade live; they're just gonna holla. Man, I wanted to see.
Well, one thing I've actually figured out, I did a YouTube video back in the day. So my lady that's cleaning my house was in my house, and she's always looking at my charts and asking me about it. So I said, so why don't you trade for today? And I literally made a YouTube video where she decided buy or sell.
Oh, yeah?
And she made 40% on her account.
Really?
And my dad was like, how is it possible? I'm like, because she doesn't think. She just does. She just looks at the charts and just trades.
So are we basically just overthinking the whole thing?
We are overthinking the whole thing.
You think so?
I think I'm going to do a video with my 4-year-old where she's going to decide, and I'm literally going to throw out random trades on this thing. We're just gonna throw a ball,
Yeah.
and I just want to show people that we overthink trading. I mean, trading is literally 90% psychology. And because if you start on a demo, we all know that if you start on a demo, you're killing it. That's why we all trade.
Yeah, because the emotion.
Because
is
there's
not
no
there.
emotions.
Yeah,
And then you
'cause
deposit
it's like
live, and then all of a sudden you literally phone the guy. No, the broker is trading against me.
all
This
of
and this
that,
and that.
yeah, and that's why the beginner's luck thing is there.
Yeah.
A whole lot of people that you talk to, they'll be like, I had a trading account, I was making money, and then I wasn't making money anymore. Most people, very few, will tell you that, nah, I blew on my first day.
Yeah.
No, you never hear that. It's always a success story, and then afterwards, I blew everything. So how's it going now? Now, lost all my money.
Yeah, that's true. Because, like, I know there's even a kid right now. I know he's pushing right now. And the other day he was posting his trades, but he did put a disclaimer there that it's a demo account, so respect to him for that. But then again, I'm just like, yeah, but now he needs to actually start trading real money. Because, like, he was holding nice profits. It was a realistic amount. But now, in my head, I'm like, I can't wait to see you start trading the real thing. Because, like, you know... It's gonna
It's
be
way
completely different.
It's completely, even if the dog you're throwing in, because apart from the monetary value, right? Another thing that forex messes you up is your pride, man.
A lot.
even blowing on $200, just the fact that I was wrong.
I've seen it so much with big successful guys with a lot of money. Then they're like,
Yeah.
okay, let me just try NFP with the 200.
Okay.
They lose that 200, and then when they lose, they
They
hate
quiet.
it.
Yeah,
They're so
because
upset.
it's like it's not about the
Not
money.
the money, it's about being right.
And actually, it literally is about being right. And I think right now,
It is.
in the industry, it's about who has the biggest ego.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
If you
It
actually
is.
think about it right now, guys in the industry are running the industry. It's all about, hey, look, come to me. I'm always right, type of thing.
It is.
Yeah, but actually, what's right or wrong?
Well, I feel it's more the sense of, if you look at all these guys trading NFP, if they obviously educate the guys on, let's say, risk reward. For example, if you're risking 500, you need to make 1.5.
Yeah,
Then you don't need to be right all the time.
yeah,
But the thing is, they don't praise the losses, so they only talk about the wins. And
Yeah.
also, it's like you missed the 4 first events trading with this guy live. Then you come in at event number 5, you lose, you hate the company, you hate everyone. And it's not like, the question should be asked is, why did I miss the first 4 that won and not the last one?
You see, and that's the same thing we had last week with Easy. He spoke about that's the problem. People will watch you go in,
Yeah.
and then they'll decide to join. The day it doesn't go in, then it's like you doing nonsense. Yeah, but I think to give them a disclosure, like how can I say, the whole risk disclosure. But I think even if people do, you give them the risk disclosure, everybody's like, it's fine
It's
in the
fine.
beginning because they like, I'm gonna make money.
So true.
But for me, it's
actually.
always like, I made a video last week about news trading, or 2 weeks back on YouTube. And I was like, why go through 29 days and wait for 10 seconds of fame?
Yeah.
It's like the market is always running, there's always trades, there's always money to be made, but you're waiting for that 10 second to maybe double your account, where you can literally make, let's say, 5% a day maybe, and then make the same, way more money, and the risk is way smaller. So I think people are making such a hype about NFP and CPI and all that. And I mean, when I started trading, we traded news quite big. That time it was running like also big moves in the market, 160 pips in the market. And then all of a sudden, we know there was like a drought where NFP just spiked 50 points up.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
just like a
then it was
5 pip
just-
move up and down.
yeah.
Then everybody stopped news. And now we had a big hype with obviously the recession and stuff. And now we climbed up on it again. And I think we're going back to NFP just spiking again like it did last week.
Yeah, I actually, because I used to trade it like heavily back in the day. And I think I stopped being a fundamental trader 2018. But
Exactly.
like
That's,
I felt a huge, because the first time I traded was fundamentals. The guy, the first forex lesson I went to, Santon, the guy said only trade when there's news and don't trade any other time. It only make you know, and he gave me all the tradable triggers and all of that. And so I started as a fundamental trader, then I learned technicals. But then what I do, I'd mix my fundamentals with my technicals. But now, sometimes fundamentals, I'm like, bro, on a random Tuesday, I get more volatility than...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was your first time trading news? Do you remember?
Yo, we were trading in... That was our first ever 100K, which we talk about in the previous podcast as well.
The Zuma chats.
Yeah, but just before that as well, we had about a $300 dollar account. It's actually on our Instagram stuff. If you go back on my Instagram, then we had this guy. His name was Cat. I don't know if you remember Cat in the industry. He had this black BMW. I can't remember what his company's name was.
Cat.
And then he was trying to sell us this robot thing for 100K, and we were like, okay, well. He was like the first ever guy to introduce this, but it wasn't a robot trading for you at that time, this indicator thing. And then he said, yeah, to prove myself, buy NFP today. And I'm me and Quentin are sitting there, and it's pushing down because we started buying like 10 a.m.
Okay.
Now that's our last money. And every time it keeps dropping down, he's like, buy again. Buy again. I promise you, we were sitting there and sweating for like 6 hours waiting for NFP. And then 10 minutes before NFP, the margin started flashing like red.
Yeah.
I phoned Kat, I'm like, we're done. Then all of a sudden that thing shot up like probably 140 pips, and we made about 50,000 rand from a $300 account, and we just like so happy about it. But I mean, it could have gone either way. I think NFP is like, I always used to say, if you trade news, let's go to the casino with me and let's play roulette. It's 50-50 anyway. So the chances are exactly the same.
Because sometimes you literally see like the news push it in a certain direction for like a good 30-45 minutes, and then after that, when you check at the end of the day, it actually still followed trend, but then they just made a whole lot of
just a quick
noise for the news event, and then you sit there because it's like, if the market goes in your direction 3-4 hours after the news, were you really wrong?
Yeah, but that's
where you really
that's exactly what I'm saying. It's that comes with backtesting. You're not gonna put a backtesting or journal news trade because it's so quick and it's easy in and out. Or you lose or you win. If you win, you're gonna jump up and down. If you're gonna lose, you're gonna close your laptop and you're gonna drink with the money that you should have made. Exactly. So then you just basically lose double.
Yeah.
Now, I think one thing also a lot of people don't always get about news is the fact that because obviously, what's the first thing people blame with news is brokers. Because obviously we have off quotes, we have all these things running.
Increased spread.
Exactly. And I don't think people realize like we're actually trading $1 billion market on a daily basis. So if you look at your USD for today during NFP, there's billions of dollars running long and billions of dollars running short. So now with a quick volatility spike in the market, obviously billions are getting liquidated. So with that billions getting liquidated, the next price obviously increases spread, and I don't think people always realize that. It's not the broker, it's literally the market. It's what the market does because it's a volatile time.
Yeah.
Do people even realize why spread increases, what the reasons are?
Exactly.
Do they even...
Are there actually reasons behind it? Because I've thought about it a lot. Because essentially, I understand like it's a volatile moment, but a lot of people always complain that brokers increase spread during news.
It's due to liquidity getting taken out of the market.
Okay.
Because obviously you have your institutions and banks shorting the market, and then you have your institutions and banks longing the market. So obviously they'll have, let's say, $1 million on this trade and $1 million in the trade. So our bank trades is they'll have like a supply area or demand area. So if they have a supply area before the news, it will be like sell orders stacked. So obviously if that gets liquidated, 2-3 billion gets out of the market. And then obviously volatility picks up because now that order needs to be filled again. And obviously the volatility or the orders aren't always there, and that causes spread changes.
Yeah.
Because it starts by understanding. People don't understand the depth of a bid and an ask price and what's actually happening with a bid and an ask price. You see, it starts there. So you're going to find, and that's why I'm like, I never understood, I don't understand, and I don't think I'll ever. The whole fixed spread thing. It's like, Sway, how?
I don't get
how?
it.
How, Sway? Because from I mean, bro, it goes into this as well. Just apart from us retail trading forex, bro, you have a bid, you have an ask, and an actual forex bank. when you go take your rands and then you're like, hey, I'm going to the UK, I need some pounds, right? There'll be two different prices for we buy pounds at and we sell pounds at. So this might be the price, but here's our spread here, and they also essentially make spread. So they also change the amount of spread due to like volatility.
Yeah, due to demand.
So it's like,
it's the same
bro,
thing.
how are you then keeping that price fixed? How? When on an institutional level, like your Deutsches and your Goldman Sachs and UBS is there, if they
can't do it.
They can't have fixed spreads. How is everybody else doing it? How are retail brokers doing it?
I think that's a very good point. That's the one thing we always forget, is that we are physically trading the foreign exchange. So before forex trading, there's actually the foreign exchange market without the trading part of it. And obviously, if let's say dollar versus rand is all of a sudden 18.2 and something happens and that thing shoots up to 18.7, they're adjusting. So if you do the transaction, that moment is going to jump and you're going to get that extra money or lose that extra money if it goes the other way.
And we're trading like an actual market. It's not like
trading it.
And I think it's so easy to get lost in the market when like you're trading, to actually forget what are your fundamentals, what is actually happening here. There's a reason, there's a base and a quote. That's why I'm very uncomfortable with synthetic indices.
I had a conversation with a guy this week, and I'm like, if you think about the forex market, although it's us, it's still guys with more money than us that's sitting and looking at this exact same chart. And they're making decisions. So we're basically trading the emotions of people up or down. Because if you're feeling like you're short and you have enough money, the market's going to short. If you have billion-dollar friends, that's going to do the same thing. You're going to short the market. So we just need to figure out what the rich people are doing so we can do the same. With synthetics, you need to figure out what the robot's doing. AI is doing it. He's going to calculate that next price. So how? Like, how do you outsmart the AI?
And I'm sure that there's going to be someone in the comment section defending synthetics, being like, and there's nothing wrong. Guys, it's fine. Go trade.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put you on the spot. Scooby calls it dust.
Yeah, no, I call it dust. What am I supposed to say?
Well, I'm with you. They can go with me as well. It is. Trading against the AI's prices, no.
It's really crazy. It's really crazy just to think about. But there have been success stories.
No, I've seen a lot of guys kill it on synthetics, to be honest. I have to defend them as well in the same breath.
Yeah.
Because I have this guy that I follow on Instagram. I actually know the guy. He's from Zanin in Limpopo. And
you're not talking about Raboni, right?
No, not about him. No, it's this other guy. So I can't say the broker, but he literally got banned from the broker for making too much money. He literally made like millions from like small deposits on the riv, and still have no idea what he does. But he killed it, and he actually killed it. He showed his withdrawals to me, everything. He showed the money coming into the bank. Bought A45, obviously, first thing with his first money, and I mean, he's just been killing it, and then he got banned for literally making too much money. So there's guys killing it.
They'll do that. I know a guy. I know a friend who told me, nah. So he runs a broker, and he told me, nah, I literally banned this guy. So they had a bit of a setup there, which people took advantage of, and he was like, I banned that guy because this guy was putting in like $400 and walking away with 40,000. So you can understand on his end, if the guy was going in 3 times a week, the guy may be net. So obviously he'd blow here and there, but he was net depositing like 5K and pulling out like 120. And this is in a week. Now he was like, nah, you can't run a guy like that. You can't run a guy like that with this sort of trading condition, because again, it depends. Like I'm saying, it was a zero spread account. That this was happening on, you know. So already on its own, that was like a red flag. And he was like, nah, he banned him. After he banned him, he saw somebody with the same surname come in, and then they just scrapped that whole zero spread thing, because people are gonna. And that's the thing. a broker, and he actually also first experienced this, and I was there. So he's been in that seat before, where he had a robot, and my robot is based off of that one, which made so much money that the broker came back and I was like, okay, we're not going to discontinue you, but we're going to decrease your leverage. So they took his leverage from 1:500, 1:100, and they were like, we'll continue to monitor the progress of this account. So probably if it was making more profit, they were going to decrease again. Hey, you know, because it's like, okay, somebody's making too much profit, and that's the end of the day, it's a business, and it's nothing personal against you. And I respect the broker that would rather like give you what's yours and shut you down instead of these brokers, because it's happened too many times locally where brokers just simply don't pay people, you know. And
no, I think we see it a lot, especially with news trading and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, with news trading, we've seen it a lot lately where people just don't get paid out. But I think on that as well, I think the one thing that's been incredible for me is when we started trading, the success rate of trading was 5%. And you know, at the moment, it's sitting on 17%, which is something not a lot of people always look at, but it's incredible. It's like, imagine saying that the success rate of guys coming through the doors and becoming doctors was 5%, and all of a sudden it's 17%. It's incredible, but we don't obviously compare to that because it's just Forex. Understand? It's just trading.
It's just Forex.
There's no money to be made, although we're a $7 trillion market.
Yeah, so, and the fact that the numbers are rising, but I've always questioned that, because I've been seeing that the number of successful traders according to brokers is rising, but I'm always like wondering, are people really getting educated like that? Do you feel like people are getting educated like that? Because obviously you've been in the industry for a while, and we've been in the industry pretty much the same time. Now, reason why I can't confidently say, and this is about to be something controversial that I'm about to say, but the reason why I can't say, I can confidently say, yes, there's more successful people is because of all of the demo trading that's going on out there. So I may log on my Instagram now and see way more blue screens, but then is that
real?
Are they really profitable because it's like demo? So I mean, you can make a trillion on demo.
Exactly.
It's not going to affect your broker.
I think the one thing that's been incredible for me, so I always follow this trading competition. So we obviously see these brokers that basically praises the top trader of their thing.
Yeah.
And I love this trading competitions. I know Globex as well did it back in the day where they had this trading competition. And the funny part, once again, all the winners was guys with like 5 followers or 6 followers. And they were it was obviously all live accounts. They had to trade on a live account for the competition. And the most gains percentage-wise, not money-wise, percentage-wise won.
Yes, I remember
And
that.
every single guy on there was literally like just a guy, just a trader, not selling anything, just doing his own thing. 44, the guy literally looks like he's working at the engine, and he's literally killing it on that whole thing. And it was incredible for me to see that. And that's why I obviously realized, like, most of the traders that's making the money, you won't see them. They're not really public, they're just doing their thing and making money.
I mean, that's actually one of the hardest things that I actually go through right now. Not just right now, but like with getting interviews with guys, because like the guys who are actually making money, and I know quite a few actually now because of the network that's grown, because of Top Trader says that the guys who are actually making money, they're just like, nah, I'm okay. You know, I'm okay. I don't want the spotlight. I just want to keep making my own money type of thing. So like really, and then it's just like, you just...
And that's a problem, because I see a lot of them. And I always tell them that, like, bro, put your services out there because you'll really help someone. And they're like, nah, I don't want the stress. What? And I'm like, bro, that's not a problem. We'll run it under a brand for you because I am into BDM, right? So I do appreciate seeing people like grow into their own brand. And I'm like, bro, you know, this is so much, because again, like we say, it is a business at the end of the day.
It is a business.
And if we can have a legit business that at least can provide, because I've been thinking about doing that, like working with other people, because I also understand that trading strategy, trading personalities are different.
Way different.
So sometimes you may find I'm an excellent trader, but my personality and the way I trade doesn't work for a particular individual.
Yeah.
So I want to have a platform where there's like there's a platform of trusted guys, you know, and then you can be like, if you don't gel with me and how I work, try this guy. This guy is more of a scalper. This guy is more of your swing trader. This guy, you know, and just to work with different like legit personalities.
I mean, it does kind of resemble the whole university kind of structure in a way, because like you go to university, you're not at university to study one thing, marketing. There's lots of different courses.
And most people change during the course as well.
Yeah,
and realize halfway through the way.
It's like I still want to go BCom, but not marketing. Maybe now business development.
There's one fee, obviously, towards the year. Obviously, different courses cost different amounts depending on like the law versus marketing. Obviously, a bit of a difference, but like, essentially, you'll find that even like going down to like the subjects as well, it's like you find the subjects that person's doing, I'm doing as well.
Yeah,
but
there's a little bit of a link up.
You understand, and I think sometimes that's maybe what's needed in the industry for people to for there to be a thing of like, get there, pay one amount, and then you decide that, hey,
what you get exactly.
I want that guy, I want that guy, I want that guy.
I think that's the whole point. Is if you look at technicals, people always ask me, what strategy do you trade? And I'm like, I don't know. There's no strategy in trading. There's no white table strategy or something like that. It's just made up names. In the end, you get technicals. You get all your technicals from psychological levels, support resistance. I mean, we can go on, the whole list is there. So you get your technicals, but some people will understand trend lines better because they like trends, and it will usually go to your personality. It's a guy that always looks at the new trends and is always he's more of a follower because you're following the trend. And then you get guys that just love support resistance because they want to turn around everything. It's like they want to wait. They just want to counter the whole time, take the pullback the whole time. And if you look at their situations, how they do things, that's the type of personality that they are. And what you're saying as well, what both of you guys are saying as well, is so incredible, because me and Quentin have had this chat all the time. He was more of a swing trader, I was a day trader, and literally, if you look at, I can't watch his breakdowns. I will literally sit there and look at his breakdowns and be like, what's this guy even saying? And then I have guys that literally looks at his breakdowns and be like, yes, thanks, Quentin, kill it.
This is the trade. I'm not sure about Ruan, but Quentin is the one.
He's the one. And then we literally saw on the reviews on our companies all the time, it's like, this one guy literally doesn't like me at all, and he loves Quentin. And then this guy loves me and he doesn't like Quentin. And that's why we realized, like, there's always going to be a guy that doesn't fit obviously into your thing. And I think what we see a lot with South African traders, or with all traders across the world, is this guy that literally is so successful. He puts in all the work, and people still don't get it. And then all of a sudden you have this guy. I had the uncle back in the day. So he was a plumber when we were on. So he was a plumber, and he said to me he's going to do my course. I said to him, please don't pay me. And the honest truth is I didn't trust in him to make it at all. And we had this book back in the day. It was called The Major Key Bounce. So it was this whole book of, it was actually a good way of trading, and we actually traded that way. He printed out all 80 papers on his wall. And he killed it. He's still trading till today, 15 years later. He's been trading for a long time, but now 7 years later, he's still trading till this day. And I think for him, it was just, he said to me, you said, look at the trend, put in your trend line, wait for your buying area, and you take the buy. And that was his only thought process, and he didn't understand risk management, so he got big trades in. Until this day, he just follows that same strategy. And I think that's the thing. He found what worked for him, and he's just duplicating it over and over again.
Wow. We actually didn't even go and touch even a single topic, because we thought we were going to talk about.
We've just been chatting.
but that's what industry chats is all about, and I think that's what I like most about this platform. When we got to speak about bonuses, so we had a thing about bonuses. We didn't plan to speak about bonuses that day, but it just happened. So I think it's always nice to get for people to feel free about what we're going to chat about, because obviously there's a lot to say even before we go into fund management. I think I have a question for you regarding fund management, because I wrote a list of questions there. uh, Now I'm making this deep. Now I can't even find the podcast. Right. Okay. So there's people. Obviously, this is more for like industry people who like already got their grips on things. They considering fund management. They wanna go with it. Some advice or something. Give us the bad side, give us the bad side of things, of like, okay, obviously there's good money to make there, but then tell people like, okay, this is what you may meet up with, or these are the challenges that like may arise, or you could get a client bring an issue like this or this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Golov. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not can you define fund manager and then explain, then answer his question? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, please start by defining a fund manager.
Obviously, with fund management is basically you're managing assets for people, whether it's their money, whatever it is, in different ways. Copy trading, obviously the end goal being, if you have FSB2 license, like you can buy crypto, stocks, all those type of things. So there's different, obviously, fund managers that you get. And obviously for myself, that's my end goal, is running a 9-figure hedge fund, which is fund management. So obviously in South Africa, we have a lot of guys doing this fund management where they say, deposit $100, I trade for you, and we do 50-50 split, which is something that's very illegal. And I don't think a lot of people always realize that if you lose that guy's money and he goes to the FSCA, you will get fined. And that's why it's so important, number one, to find a regulated platform where you can do it on. I mean, we have so many regulated platforms from international brokers at the moment where you can do fund management. So does it make sense in the sense of fund management? So why will people do fund management? In the sense, you get two ways to increase your capital. Obviously, you're now a very good and successful trader, and most of the times the good and successful traders don't have the capital to trade with. So now building $100 to, let's say, $10,000 will take you some time, especially if you're doing risk management. So now it opens up to prop firms or fund management. Prop firms obviously a good way to go, something that I've done a lot of times. I love prop firms, and it's obviously a good way in the industry. I think there's obviously still some things that they can work on from their side. And then with the fund management side is where you do copy trading. So how copy trading works is, a lot of people don't realize they actually have to fund their account. But the thing is, if people can't copy you if you don't have a funded account, because what you're trading on, if people, there's nothing to copy. So if I tell people, you have to fund your account first, then like, why? Because you physically have to put your own trade in.
Something.
So let's say I have $500 account, you have $1,000 account, and you have a $2,000 account. So every trade that I take then will duplicate on your account. On your time, it will, if I take a 1 cent, you'll be a 2 cent, and you'll be a 3 cent, which is something that's very good. So how you make money on that fund management then is a performance fee. So performance fee and then rebates. You can actually make rebates on those accounts as well. So every trade you put in, you obviously make rebates as well. So the one thing that happens to, 83% of people in the sense of fund management as well is you get caught up in the money. Because if you get a few good trades, then it's all of a sudden like, okay, now I'm managing indirectly R1 million. So if I make 50%, I make $500,000 quick bag, 200K in my pocket. So that thing keeps staying in your mind as well. And when we were running the big fund back in the day in 2019, that was the whole thing. Back then we were making $500,000 on a trade. And now all of a sudden it's like when you have to start over, it's like you're not going to make so much. Now you're going to make 10K a trade. And now you want to just jump back into making 500K a trade.
I'm trying to see half a mil. What?
So why don't I just quickly flip this thing, especially like with NFP. A lot of people do account management with NFP. But I mean, then already it's 50-50.
Yeah.
So if you lose all that money, your brand, you don't have a brand to go back to on Monday morning.
Yeah.
So in South Africa, most probably you'll recover and people will forgive you and you'll do it again. But in the end, it's so bad for your long-term brand, because if you're actually a good trader, there's so many possibilities that's going to open up along the road by being a good trader.
Yeah.
So I think fund management is a really good way to grow yourself. And I think the most important thing with fund management is having a written down plan what you're going to do with your trading account. And making sure that you're not chasing the 100% a day, but chasing the let's say 15% a month or 10% a month. So more realistic goals, because in the end, if you want to make it into the big leagues, the Investec leagues, all those leagues, if you're going to take a fact sheet to them saying, I made 300% this month, they're literally going to throw it outside the door and they're going to push you outside the door and say cheers. Because to make 300%, you need to expose 100% of the fund. And for them, it's already, this guy doesn't understand risk.
Yeah.
But if you're making 20% for 5 years, and you can show how you can beat a bank for 5 years, there's no way opportunity doesn't open up to you. And if you go into that space, I mean, you're running billions. And if you make 20% on a billion, I mean, you're making, you're making a lot of money.
Because when I did BDM, I couldn't directly tell people where to go and who to follow, because that would put the broker in trouble. I always tell people that, okay, you want to get fund management done, start your starting point should be the drawdown. Don't go for a person who has more than 50% drawdown, because you already know that person one day, the less the drawdown is better. So when I look at anybody's trading performance, I don't care about the highest return. I care about the drawdown.
That's what I always say. I can't give advice on who to follow once again as well. In my position, I can't say copy this guy, copy that guy. But what I once again can say is start with the drawdown. Look at who risks the less. If this guy risks as a risk profile of 1 out of 10, low risk, and he makes 50%, at least you know your capital is going to be safe. I mean, that's way better than losing all your capital and then hopefully making 600% but losing everything. Hopefully. Yeah. So hopefully doesn't work in trading.
And the way to identify this is actually when people post profits out there, is for people to look at the margin level. Obviously, because the margin level actually speaks more volume than anything else there, between the balance, the equity, and whatnot. It shows like how much exposure people are exposing to the market as well. Because like literally, I think it's been so normalized right now that you're gonna find that margin levels are running at 100%. And that's crazy for just to see 100% margin level. No, and 200%, 100%.
Dog, there's a lot of memes on that, dog. They like my full margin level trader friend. You know, they're always posting them with like Ferraris or something. Because people want to use up everything on that margin, bro. Everything.
Like everything. They really want to chow that margin.
They call it the barcode Stratmos now. They just barcode that thing and just keep buying until the margin says no, and then they pray.
And are we, as people, putting these people on a pedestal, though? Let's actually be honest. As a community, as a people. Because like you said, the other day I saw someone, I don't even want to mention if it's a male or female, but the barcoding there that I saw gave me a headache, actually, because I was just like, what? It wasn't trading. For me, it wasn't trading anymore, because it was simply just somebody opening trades, as much trades as they could possibly open.
And hoping and praying.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it
is. That's the problem. Is this is like what people like want out of Forex, you know? They want the flashy, they want, I made money now. This is what most people desire. That's the unfortunate part of it, is that people, like, as soon as, I mean, it's a joke. I think you were showing me, or what? There's a video that you were showing me. Somebody's holding stacks, and I think it's from this show. Where's Cobra from?
Cobra.
Echo. Who Cobra act happy? Cobra, man. Cobra. What's that show? But it was that show. The River, yes. I think it was The River or something like that. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I know it was just like one of these South African series. And then this homie had a whole lot of money. Yeah. And then he was like, why do you have so much money? Are you trading now? And it's like, that's the thing. As soon as you see somebody with cash.
Yeah, exactly. Are you a trader? I've been saying that since the beginning. When we started trading, once again, everyone was just flashing cash.
Yeah.
And I one day I asked this guy, I'm like, what broker do you use that pay you in cash? Like, I literally haven't seen it ever. I wish I could get cash. Imagine you just withdraw, the guy pops up there with Fastway and just gives you 100K quickly done.
Like, here's your money. Yeah, you need to sign for it.
No, we've seen that too much.
And that's the thing. But like, just apart from like the physical cash, as soon as like I'll be a random guy just walking in there, and then I'll have a conversation with someone. Like you're in the mall, and sometimes like old people are there, and old people have a weird way of striking up conversation, but you'll just entertain them anyway.
Yeah.
And then they end up asking you, so what do you do? It's like trading. It's either they'll be like, oh, y'all the people scamming people, or you have a lot of money.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying it's like we got to a point where it's like you're scared to say you're a forex trader.
Yeah.
Because especially to the wrong crowd. It's like you don't go to a party announcing now you're a forex trader because people are not going to hang with you. They're going to be like, hey,
it's either they'll have you or
they're going to keep their wallets intact in there the whole night. They're going to be like, nah, this guy's going to take my wallet. And it is. It's like they're feeling, I think the industry getting to a point where they feel we're stealing money in a sense. Because everywhere it's just forex trading the whole time. And you just see all these guys making 100 million on a trading account that he's posting on Instagram. And one day this real trader that I know is a real trader posted, it's like his lifestyle and his trades just doesn't line up. It's like he lives a normal lifestyle, but he's posting 100 million a day. And I mean, if he's posting 100 million a day, where's the Forbes list? You understand? Yeah. It's like you have to be on Forbes then.
Yeah, I'm actually like, I think it's high. I wouldn't say high time, but like what I'm hoping for by 2024 is to see a trader's name on the Forbes list.
100%.
Hey, Forbes list, which one? Hey, let's start there.
No,
which one?
no,
okay, what sort of trader and which one?
Oh, which one? Oh, you know who
Which
I'd like
Forbes
to see?
list? South Africa.
No, even Africa. Just the Forbes list, just to have a
verified guy on the list.
You understand? Like someone who claims to be a
it,
trader and be like, hey, look, Forbes is also saying that, hey, I got this bag.
Exactly.
What type of thing like that. I want to see a trader by 2024. I mean, as traders, as a lot of traders out there, there's been enough time till now for people to claim that they're making money.
But I'll confidently tell you now, there's no trader in South Africa. I'll confidently tell you now, there is no retail trader in South Africa that's Forbes level.
No, I don't think so.
None. You guys can fight me.
Then why is this industry so famous though? You understand where I'm coming from?
Well, I think for me personally, what it is I always see it this way. So I'm gonna go against you guys now. I'm gonna be for the crowd now.
Yeah.
The way I see it. Okay, so you see this guy that is trading forex.
Yeah.
If you go, you study, let's say a BCom degree, you're gonna get 20k. Let's say 20,000 rand a month. And for me, if you are a forex trader and you make 30,000 rand a month consistently, I feel that guy is allowed to educate people on trading.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that guy can now comfortably go and sit at home and make his same salary by learning or taking that guy's course and hopefully making it. Obviously, it's not a guarantee. But if he can beat his salary in a sense, isn't it a win? Because then why do we go to university? If you out of school, the possibilities are limited to, let's say, to 10k salary. Now you go to university to get to the next level of, let's say, 20k salary. And then from there, it's obviously getting a raise, and hopefully getting to the 50k before you retire. But now you have young kids like us sitting, and we can actually help you not maybe make millions, but just make enough money to make more money and sit at home. And now you're sitting at home, you have more time. So that opens you up to more opportunity, to more things in your life. You can start doing courses while trading. You can start doing YouTube while trading. There's so many opportunities then in the sense of time. Because I think in the end, the real value is always time. You won't see a billionaire having time for a 5-hour interview because he doesn't have time. In the end, if you can free up time, you can look for better things to do or bigger things to do. So I think it's all about consistency. Can you make money consistently, whether it be 10k or 20k, whatever? I think that's actually the real question. It should be for me personally. So obviously, I still love to see the guy on Forbes and still love to see someone killing it in the big leagues. But I think the only way, if we're looking at American Forbes, is the guys that's on the Forbes list is the hedge fund managers.
Okay.
And that's the one thing that I want to see is all these big traders in South Africa is, why don't we move and come together and move into the hedge fund space? You don't see a hedge fund in South Africa popping up that's trading Forex. And I mean, if we're all making money out of trading, whether it be 10,000 Rand every month or 10% every month, let's work on percentages. If we can consistently as a team make 10% a month, imagine we run 1 billion. We make 100 million every month. We give our clients more than 8%, we give them 20%, and we still put 80%, 800 million Rand in our pockets. It's 100 million Rand paycheck for 8 people.
But here's the thing, right? Those guys that are pushing it legit aren't as Instagram, just as much as Lamborghini isn't being advertised on SAPC or any sort of commercial TV. Anyway, so it's levels anyway. We do have people, right? But commercially, you can list them all, none of them. Imagine, so number 18 on Forbes list, Africa right now, I just checked it right now, right? Is $1.1 billion US dollars, bro.
Yo.
That's 17
billion US
that's
dollars.
Actually, that's currently like almost 19 billion Rand right now.
Close to over 20.
Right now.
Let's just cap it at 20.
Yeah.
Who?
I mean,
Sway, who?
That guy though.
Who?
Demo Operandi, he should be there right now.
What? $1 billion? He should be there right now. But does he?
Yeah.
I think people joke with $1 billion and saying I made $1 billion off of Forex because they don't understand what $1 billion is.
Not at all.
You know? And it goes back to those other Pusha T lines. I don't know if I've said them here. Here's the thing. If I have Vele, like hood rich, in the hood, if today I land in any township in South Africa with 500K in my hands like this, dog, a guy in a let's just say a 128, right? 128 BMW, which costs about like 800K. He can be here, but because they see me holding cash like this, they'll think I'm the bigger guy. They'll be like, here's the top dog, bro.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. It's like when we started, it's still the same thing. People flexing a black card. And I'm like, it's literally a bank card. It's like, so if it literally, when they phoned me the first time, then the guy phoned Quentin. He was like, do you want a black card? Then Quentin asked me, now we can get black cards. And I'm like, what's the thing? It's like, you have a private banker and you pay 500 Rand more on your bank fees. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, why will I pay more to get the same thing? How many times have you phoned your bank or went to your banker?
No, I got it. And I know why I got it, right? And okay, initially when I got it was for the flex to be
black card. Flexing because you have a black card.
No, but it's actually got benefits, right? Like you get your slow lounge, or you get like certain thing. My e-bucks are double. I'm with FNB, so my e-bucks are double. So there's like those small things. But then if you're not using all the benefits,
then there's nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's like if you don't travel a lot, you're never going to go to the slow lounge.
You're never going to go. My question is, dog, you got a black card, you're supposed to have slow lounge, and then you're flying mango. How, guys? How?
Mango's still in business.
Hey?
Mango's still in business.
Nah, I don't know. Are they?
I don't know.
Are
No, they're not.
Not.
Yeah.
Don't even
No,
know.
you know why I'm asking that? Because the thing is, I know the past couple of over the past year, I've traveled a few times, and I know a lot of people are flying Fly
Safe,
yeah, which is I mean, it's
no, hey, they're killing the game.
No, they really killing the game.
For the mere fact that so I'm
They
from
killing
Pinoni,
it.
right?
Yeah.
There's somewhere in Pinoni where they left an airplane there.
Yeah.
My nigga, do you understand how expensive an airplane is, bro? You don't want to leave an airplane just chilling.
Yeah.
It's got to be serviced or in service.
Yeah.
You know? So for them, so I'm like, nah, they're killing it. And I think they don't really have competition much. I think Kulula is still around, but here
Is
and
it?
there, yeah.
Again. I know
It's like they have
that,
two
and then
flights in a
I
week
know
or
same
something. Yeah?
Same way. I was so I missed my flight. I was in Cape Town. I missed my flight. Then my girlfriend phoned me. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, I'm still in bed." And then the last flight available that day, she was like, "You need to come home today."
Yeah.
So the last flight, because I promised I'll be home. The last flight was same air. It literally, I was never so scared in my life to be on a plane. It was literally like I'm about to die. I was literally sending her because it was this plane that was literally going like this, and then it was thunderstorms and all that. I
Yeah.
promise you, I was
First
literally
like Cape Town
typing
weather.
a message to say, my thoughts was, let me just send her all my life policies and stuff, how it works and how to get it. I promise you all my life, I put my phone inside my jacket, and I put it in the chair, and I said, well, if we drop, I'm going to keep the signal on.
Yeah.
So I put my darts on, I'm like, at least the message will go through.
Yeah, and send your live location.
To literally send everything that will go through. So I won't be there, but at least you will know exactly what the steps is after this.
Of you doing,
I was
yeah.
never scared.
Yeah, crazy. Wow. I'm not too sure how long we've been going. Are we still gonna go on?
Over an hour. I mean, we're good. We're good for today.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely want to have you back.
Yeah. I feel like
Is that a lot to say? I mean, there's something he said off air, which I'm gonna ask the industry players.
put him out. Give us context, bro. Give us a taste, bro. Kanji, what did he say?
I feel
we actually had a good conversation
Yeah,
off
before.
air.
We actually had a better
I'm like-
conversation about the industry beforehand.
I mean, like, I hope eventually these chats do go out. The guys who are exposing people eventually put these chats out.
I think for me, it's just always, sorry for interrupting you, but it's always like, it's like this guy's flipping 5K to 100K.
Yeah.
A lot of them do it.
Yeah.
But it's like, talk about the 2 losses you took, the 2 5K accounts, and I see Clint doing it, and I praise him for that still. It's obviously, he's had a lot of things, but he will literally post, okay, blue 2 5K accounts, and the next one he'll make 100K. But he'll be transparent. And I think if people can just start doing that, just be transparent and show people that you don't always win. There's no 100% success rate.
Yeah, it's gotta be all or nothing. You can't just show us the good parts.
And I think some guys try to come in with this reverse psychology, actually, that, hey, look, I can post 1 loss in a week.
Yeah.
But they're not talking about those 4
The other
days
ones.
where they made profits. But before they made profits, they were constantly funding accounts.
Exactly.
And that one loss is an excuse for a motivational quote.
Exactly.
Of when life hits you down, you gotta sit back there and dust yourself.
Exactly my point.
It's like you've been dusting yourself the whole week, bro. And there's nothing wrong. No. And it happens. You can lose for the whole week.
You can have a losing streak, 100%.
You can have a losing streak, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I was saying we need to embrace, guys. Don't make people feel like there's something, because I feel that's also like the cycle of doom of, okay, you have a strategy, you lose, and then you end up changing your strategy so much that like it's a new strategy, right? And I like how you said that, like you can't say strategy because it's like technical tools,
just
you know.
technicals, yeah.
So I'd say market approach more than strategy, but we'll use strategy just for now, because people are chasing this thing that, hey, I must have this strategy that always wins, like this particular mentor. He only takes a loss like once or twice in a month.
Yeah.
So I'm also trying to get that strategy that goes once or twice in a month. That time is trading demo. So even the money that is losing there, I feel like there must be a whole rant about that there's too much demo flexing. It's too much. Yeah, that's a chat for another day. You know what? I think I'm gonna anonymously
getting
tip.
hyped around this topic. He wants to go into it.
Bro, I wanna go into it. No. Here's the thing, right? We gotta play our cards smart. Yeah, I don't mind saying whatever on air, but at the same time, a couple of the guys, we still trying to call over for an interview.
And hopefully they tell it themselves.
No, not give us the truth themselves, but they have other business angles, you know, that need to, because that's what industry chats is about. It's not just about like the markets, but just about the business as a
what
whole.
can we do?
So it's like they can learn other business tips from them. Might not take anything from trading from them. You find sometimes our audience is a better trader than the person that's here. But we want them to at least give us some business tips, that at least one day the guy who's doing it like legit and for real knows how to reach people the same way the other guy knows how to reach people and still provide a quality service.
And I've been doing that yourself. Actually is I've been helping a lot of partners exactly with that, is I'm literally sitting in, okay, let's say I have 70 partners that I'm working with. I'm literally helping young guys that can prove to me that they're good traders. I'm literally sitting with them and I'm like saying, well, I can see you're pushing and you're killing it. But I've been helping them with their socials, with YouTube, how to make thumbnails, how to do that. And I think it's like I said, it's a beautiful thing because in the end, I mean, IB is still a profitable business. It's part of your education company. You can't run an educational company without an IB. And the thing is, most of the big guys that understands the marketing concept behind the whole social world are usually not traders. And the guys that usually traders don't understand the whole marketing concept.
That's the thing.
Or the business part of things. And I think that's one thing that we as an industry can work on is about praising the real guys that's trying to add real value to us in the industry.
Yeah.
And realizing that a lot of the things are just marketing content.
And actually, when you're talking about that now, I just remembered a moment. So I was at Klobex and you came through for a meeting with someone else there.
Back then,
Yeah, and you know what I was like. So he left, and then we always talk about like, hey, you're meeting. That IP's nonsense. What. and after you had a meeting with this guy, he came out and he was like, no, this guy literally doesn't want any fancy deal. He doesn't want any rebates or whatnot. He just wants us to assist him in getting his name out there. Yeah, so it's not about what he's getting at the end of the day, because of what we'd spend on him potentially, he's seeing nothing. Yeah, he's literally just putting for the passion. And that's one thing that made me be like, okay, these guys are pushing it for real, because obviously you see people, especially like when we come from like same environment or same background, because like I said, I used to see your cars there in JP Markets days and all of that, and you know, you sort of get to like paint most people with the same brush because you meet a lot of like influential people, and then you're like, you guys are all doing the same nonsense. But then after that meeting, I started like zooming in again on you guys, and I'm like, actually, these guys, they pushing a legit operation, you know,
very organic business. And I think that's the thing when we were still in business and running everything, every IB discussion or IB deal discussion was like that, because it's usually you walk in and it's like, okay, what do you want? What price? And I'm like, it's not about the price. It's like. For me, once again, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of big deals that I could have gotten, but for me, it was always, I can't sit and take 50K a month from a broker and be there 100% committed to that project, understand?
Yeah.
Because for me, then it's all about the paycheck and I'm running.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, okay, no, I'll work with you guys and I'll take a normal structure, but I'm building your business, you're building my business.
Yeah.
So then you need to put 30K back into funded accounts, whatever it might be, something.
Yeah.
And I actually ended up giving away the 30K that they gave me. I was full transparent the whole event. I said, these guys, this ex-broker is paying me 30K to do this. And I gave away 30K in funded accounts. And everybody was like, why? I'm like, because it's not about the money. It's about me bringing people together and creating brand awareness for them. So it's a win for them. It's a win for you guys. It's a win for me because I live and learn in a different way. Yeah. And I obviously educate you guys and I make sure that you're going in the right direction. Even though I didn't sell anything, at least I knew these guys, 890 people went into the right direction in the sense of the trading. So I think it's very important.
So at least people move in the right, and you find somebody will come back to you like later and be like, yo, because I've had that on a couple of other occasions where people come back to me and then they're like, or maybe they might not even come back to me. I'll just hear somebody else be like, yo, bro, I heard of you from who, and I'm like, yo, where did they end up? They're like, yo, they hyped you up, and they said if I'm trying to be like them, I must start by you. And I'm like, okay.
It's so weird actually how you say that, because I look at a lot of guys that's in the industry like above me. They're killing it in the sense of the education space. And I'm like, I still have the DMs and stuff of that guy coming through my classes, and it's like they will never praise that guy. It's like, for me, I'll always give thanks to Jason. Doesn't matter what happened between that space, between me and him personally, I'll always give thanks, because without him, I won't be in the trading industry. And it's like all these guys that drives the BMWs, all that. If you look into certain places, then it's like they went through someone to become someone. And it's like, why not just give praise to the guy that got you to that point? And I think that's the same thing. If you want to become a doctor, you're literally putting on your wall, I come from this university as a doctor. Because you're proud of it.
It should be like, no,
it should
that's
be like
true. I
that.
haven't
It's
thought
like,
of it like that.
due
Yeah.
to this guy, I'm able to drive my nice BMW, etc. And I think that's one thing. Yeah, we as traders or the industry don't praise all the times. It's always just about the negative and what these guys are doing. But sometimes we just need to say thanks for things. Even with him, I mean, I messaged him afterwards and I was like, I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm not the average trader that's on here for a bunch of reasons. But I mean, I said to him, thanks. In the end, he is giving us as traders a platform to come and show our services. So yes, we're growing his brand, but in the end, he doesn't need us, we need him. Just as much as he needs us. And I think for us as traders, we need to thank him and support him. But I mean, in the end, a lot of people don't support him and his stuff. I see him posting, I mean, all this promos and stuff. And I'm like, I just want to sign up just because to support him. Understand? It's like, but because he's giving us something and we need to give him something back. In the end, Top Trader is a business, once again. And for him to make money, he needs to get his sign-ups and all those things. You're building a business. And I think in the end, you're not saying you're the best trader or anything. You're not a trader. You're not promoting yourself as a trader.
He is a trader. I know some withdrawals over there.
I do not promote myself as a trader.
Exactly.
I don't want to. Like thing is, like it's my own.
He trades when he's in the mood.
Not gonna help,
but
and he's in the mood
I'm
like 3
actually
times a year.
I'm very like open and honest about that. A lot of people ask me how's the market. I'm like, no, I don't trade. Currently, because right now, Top Trader SA is my bread and butter right now. It needs my undivided attention right now because of the direction that we are moving in right now. So I can't now, because I know, one thing I know, I've sat down with a lot of traders.
Stop being modest. You flipped a lot of accounts, boy. Stop being modest. You flipped a lot of accounts.
One thing I know is that I've sat down with too many traders to know that trading requires a lot of time. Time is what I do not have to dedicate to trading. And the day I eventually decide to step back, I will want to go full time to trading. That's the next thing I would like to do. Oh, not next thing, but like one of the things I'd like to do, you know. So you understand. So yeah, trader, he's exposing me, but it's okay. Trader, no, but like as a business, from a business perspective within the industry, I understand that, hey, look, this is my position as an industry player as well. You know, I understand that I'm playing this key role right here to give traders a platform, which is why I started in the first place, to give traders a platform. Now that we're doing this on this level right now,
I mean, it's crazy.
We can't stop us now, eh?
And it's literally, it's the biggest platform in South Africa that you as a trader can come onto and once again, I think not promote services, because I mean a lot of people just come on to promote services and then go off, and I think it's about being real and telling guys there's going to be shit days. There's going to be days that you literally just want to run away and never trade again. But not just praising the good, but also the bad side of trading.
I mean, it's very impactful when I bump into people. And I remember there was a guy I actually spoke to, a security officer at the mall where I stay, nearby where I stay. He literally said to me, hey, look, I've watched some of your videos 5 times each. In my head, I've never watched a YouTube video more than 3 times.
Never.
I'm like, okay, so you understand there's so much value, but like it's also like I said, it's a symbiotic relationship from both ends.
They call it, so I call it this thing, delusional optimism.
Okay.
Where you're so delusionally optimistic about something.
Yeah.
It's like he's watching let's say...
You're talking to a lot of South African traders right now.
It's exactly.
Can I get an amen?
They are delusional optimistic. But it's like if they see this interview of, let's say, Easy FX for 3 times, he just maybe relates to that guy's story. Yeah. You know how many people become successful just through inspiration? Sure. I think even trading, a lot of guys actually start with classes before trading, and then they actually become good traders through. Obviously, if you educate someone on the same thing, if you keep telling me how to open that gold thing on the mic, you'll be able to do it by now. You understand? I understand. It's a thing if you do it, but now it's the first time you have to do it, and it's like, I have no idea. But next time, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it. So.
No, thank you so much. Sure. Yeah, no, thank you so much for coming out.
Thanks, guys.
People don't know you always coming out from. He comes from Polokwane. He resides in Polokwane, so it's always like, yo,
away from the buzz, on my own, on a farm, just doing my thing.
Yeah. Were you always there?
Yeah. Well, I was staying in Pretoria for the whole time for university, and then afterwards, then we moved back. Now myself, my girlfriend, and the kid for just being out of the whole busy
Yeah,
lifestyle
yeah.
this side. Yeah, I enjoy that side actually.
Yeah, you should have went to Benoni, bro.
I was in Benoni yesterday. That's why I met
Oh,
the
yeah.
YouTuber. Yeah,
Oh, the YouTuber.
yeah, Jared Allen. Shout out to him.
Do I know him? Jared?
Jared Allen, very
Jared,
successful
yeah,
guy
Jared.
that's outside trading now, but yeah, very successful guy that
What if I used
He's
to
doing good
bully
on
Jared
YouTube.
in school? Man? Like, he's a successful YouTuber.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Did he do? Is he like always? Was he always in Benoni?
I have no idea. I literally met him about 4 or 5 years back. We're doing some things in trading together as
Yeah.
well, and then we met up yesterday. Yeah, very good guy, and I think it's once again, although it's outside trading, it's still inspirational about how this guy literally just saw this one dream, followed it, and I mean he's
Mm.
killing it. And I
Yeah,
think
that's beautiful.
that's one thing we always need to do as well is we need to look up to successful people and not break them down. 'Cause in the end, if a lot of people, I think you look at successful people and you're like, yeah, that is money, that and that and that. In the end, a lot of us are just there's some jealousy coming with it. In the end, I think a lot of times we need to look at successful people and praise them and be more in a learning mindset than in a breaking down mindset.
So true.
All right.
So true. Thank you, Ruan.
No,
We need to
perfect.
call you back though,
I know,
because
but we didn't even touch.
touch
nothing,
anything.
nothing, and I had some questions
No,
and nothing was touched.
And I think
but
that's the beauty
fruitful
about
and
it.
insightful. Yeah,
That's the beauty about speaking to somebody who's immersed in the industry. Is that
Yeah.
there's so much to say about the
If you've
industry.
been in the industry for so long, I think it's like you just know so much about brokers, back office, all that.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
you can't touch on everything.
Even the demo
Gi-
traders.
Given
Yeah, they
given
know
the
everything.
opportunities, people will spend an hour talking about a lot size.
Exactly. At least not.
Open that volume, my man. Get rich now.
How to
Yeah.
add lot sizes. That's our next conversation. We'll do it. I'll first have to learn how to do it.
We must call the barcode traders there. Be like,
Yeah.
how do you generate these
We're gonna host a
barcodes?
barcode event. We just all barcoding together. We'll get some stuff.
Yeah.
Some of us will buy, some of us will sell. At the end of the day,
One of us will
somebody-
make money.
yeah, somebody's gonna leave it, and that's a crazy thing. And that's a crazy thing. Like it's part of like a fake lifestyle that we were talking about. Thing that sometimes people can chill together, right? And then not talk about what direction that they're taking, right? And then you find there's 10 of us in a room, and then 5 of us buy, 5 of us sell.
Yeah.
And then we show the 5 phones of the 5 people who are buying during a news event, and we're like, we killed it. Now because you've seen 5 phones, you assume that the
Everyone
rest
won,
of them
yeah.
killed it.
Yeah, but that's what I always say. If you walk into a room with 100 traders and you ask them, your USD buy or sell, if 80 of them say sell, you're buying. Just buy. Just do the opposite of what 80% of people are doing. And that's the
Yeah.
crazy part about trading.
Yeah. yeah.
Crazy part.
Yeah. Nah. Thank you very much, Ruan.
That's
for
perfect,
coming
guys.
out.
Thank you,
Appreciate
chat.
you for a beautiful chat. And thank you guys so much.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah, we're sitting here with Ruan, another industry player. We'll see you guys next week.
Did,
Cheers, guys.
did we get the normal snaps in? Po, 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 po.